Hello, this trip has been planned for quite some time. I have had this Falcon sail for some years and actually haven't used it very many times at all. I suppose I've always wanted to go fishing more than I have wanted to go sailing. Anyway, today was the day. So I set it all up with the Kaskazi Marlin as usual. Unfortunately, my forward-facing camera on my chest is on silent, so I'm doing the voiceover. So this trip is focusing on sailing rather than fishing, although I'm taking fishing stuff with me, and here we are enjoying the fact that I can still make progress in a forward direction whilst fixing my rigs. So it started off as quite a calm session and the wind was slowly getting up, which was great. So I had the wind behind me at this point. So you're slightly surfing. Around this point I took the sail down. You can't see much of that, but here it is coming down. And jigged for some mackerel. And I caught two very small ones that were about, I think, approximately 21 centimetres, something like that. I was able to flick them off the hooks. So I'm concentrating on doing that rather than filming. Let them swim for another day. So here I'm just paddling about to try and get something more suitable. Here we go. This actually took a long time to get in. It caught itself up in the weed. It wasn't hooked with the hook, but the weight had somehow gone through its mouth. So I poked the weight back through. So this was 42 centimetres. And big enough for the table. At this point I actually stored the fish underneath my leg. There's no proper hatch or anything on this kayak. And managing the sail and paddling and trying to fish can be a bit tricky. It's not the easiest setup. Here we go, heading back. And it's so simple to put these sails up. There'll be another shot in a minute from the rear camera. And it picked up really fast. From this it looks like I haven't quite tightened down the boom vang, which is to hold the boom down, maximising on the sail's efficiency. Here we go, up it goes, just like that. It's amazing. Sorry about the cloudiness of some of these shots. That's because I wasn't paying attention to the rear camera. It clears up later, but this is just salt water that's stuck to the lens. So you can see it's sailing really nicely. Interestingly, I only managed to get 4.9 knots on this trip. I'm guessing that some of that was due to the fact the wind wasn't that strong, and I was sometimes sailing against the current. I'd also been slightly going the wrong direction towards Jura. In fact, it was taking me when I wanted to go more along the coast. So I had to do some tacking, and then realised that I was slipping quite well to port. So that wasn't going to work, so I went back the other way. And I decided to paddle sail, because that way I could take a direction slightly more to port, closer to the wind, and it would take me more in the direction I wanted to go. Right, I then went the other way because of my direction to shore, because I'd taken myself quite a long way out at this stage. Occasionally putting in some correction strokes, again drifting more to port because you've got no centerboard on a kayak and no keel, so it does slip a bit, but this is a lot of fun. There was a different route I could have taken back, which would actually have used the wind a bit more. Never mind, that's for next time. Right, at this point I had decided to take the sail down to put my fish from under my leg into the hatch at the back. You'll see in a minute it'll flutter as I come more into wind. I think my commentary's jumped the gun a bit, you'll see in a minute though. Here we go. Because you can't sit side saddle, which is what I had to do in order to put these fish away whilst the kayak is progressing under sail. Obviously I'm steering the kayak using the pedals that are for the rudder. And I had garden trug inside the hatch at the back. Unfortunately I haven't got any film of that. You can see there's a small mackerel I'd picked up on the way which wasn't filmed, and there's the pollock. And you can hear me chatting away. That's I think because I think I'm recording it on the camera on my chest, which has no sound. So because I was into the wind, I actually paddled the rest of the way back. That's it for my account of the trip. Many thanks for watching.